Hello and welcome to the information session about MyBigCampus, the learning management system MyBigCampus. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to log into MyBigCampus and how to set up a group or a class, and also how to start using your calendar feature for your lesson plans. If you're kind of wondering what a learning management system or MyBigCampus is, you could check out the PowerPoint presentation that was also attached to this email or this message that you are getting. And I encourage you to maybe watch a video tutorial that is right here that also explains a lot about what MyBigCampus is for teachers and for students. So the first thing, for time's sake, I don't want to bore you, I want to get you logged into MyBigCampus. So click Log In. You should have a username that was either given to you at the training session or that you have received in an email message. So make sure that you type in your username correctly. And you should also have a generic password and type that in as well. You can always change your password later once you've been logged in. This box down here is probably blank because you've never logged into MyBigCampus before. So type in Jay County High School and click Login. Okay, so welcome to the home page, the activity page of MyBigCampus. You may be thinking that it looks a lot like Facebook, and you are correct. That is the point, because we are all very familiar with Facebook and social media, and that's a lot of what this learning management system is trying to do. It's trying to get you familiar with managing your education lessons and students through something that you're already a little bit familiar with. The first thing I want to show you before we get into the groups and the calendar feature is that you may have a box pop up over here that wants you to kind of click through and read some stuff about these tabs. You can do that. You can pause this video, read through them, get familiar, or you can just delete out of them, because I will show you what you can do to learn what these are later. The next thing I want to draw your attention over here to this box-like figure. This is Bob Campus, and he is the kind of know-all of MyBigCampus. If you have a question, if you're not sure how to do something, you can click the blue link Bob Campus, type it in, and he will get a response to you. You may also start receiving emails or newsletters from Bob Campus about new features on MyBigCampus. There's also a really good help tab up here that has a lot of FAQs, and I encourage you, if you are leaping ahead and trying to learn more about MyBigCampus before the next training session, you can find some help there as well. Okay, so let's get started in creating a group. If you scroll down the page, one other quick thing I want to draw your attention to is you see that I have a wall of people here that are posting, just like on Facebook. If you start typing in teachers' names at Jay County High School that are using MyBigCampus, and they pop up, see there's Katie Clark, our librarian. You click on Katie Clark and you click follow, or it's kind of like friending. Then every time Katie Clark posts something or does something on MyBigCampus, it will show up on your feed, your activity page. So I encourage you to start connecting with your colleagues, because you can be communicating and sharing ideas using this learning management system. I follow some other teachers so whenever they do post an idea or comment, I can click on it and read up on what's happening. You can also tell us what's happening, maybe going on in your classroom, by typing in here and posting. Alright, so let's move ahead to the groups. And you have this tab over here that says groups. Yours is probably empty because you haven't created a group yet. That's what we're going to do today. That a group is a class, so think of groups as classes. So down here you have Add Group. Click it. Okay, now you're taken to a page called Add New Group, and you need to come up with a group title. So if you're going to use MyBigCampus for more than one class, planning for more than one class, and you teach 3 sections of the same class, I encourage you to title the group maybe by block. So I'm going to title my new group English 12 Block 2. So if I teach 3 sections of English 12, I know which group this is. You teach at Jay County High School, so you can leave your school the same. And you should give your group a short description. Keep it concise. You're limited on your number of characters and letters. I tried to write in a paragraph once and it definitely cut me off. So keep it short and sweet there. You also have a feature where you can add a group photo. So if you have a class photo or something appropriate that you want to add a photo to, otherwise you'll probably be with the standard blue face. Not a problem, not necessary. Always make sure that you save everything that you do, so click Save. Alright, so now we are at the home page for English 12 Block 2. And you will see some tabs here that you could click on. I will talk about these later at another training session and get you familiar with announcements and discussions and resources. Click on Calendar. Now you will see today's date is highlighted in yellow, and you may be thinking, I want to do this for August or for next semester. I don't want to do this in April. That's okay. You can work ahead. If you click the forward button, it takes you to the next months on the calendar. So if you want to start creating your calendar for the first day of school, you just click on the date that you want to start. Then you're taken to the Create Event page. So this is not a personal event for you, this is for one of your groups. So click down and click Group. And it will open up however many groups you have created. I'm clicking English 12 Block 2. And you have to title your event. So I'm going to title this Day 1. You could title it by chapter, you could title it by lesson, whatever works for you. I'm going to leave the event repeats for never because I don't want this event to repeat every single day. It's not Groundhog Day, thank goodness. The first day of school doesn't last. And if you do have an event that you want to repeat, you do have that feature available to you. But most of us are probably wanting to keep it as never. Then you have a begin date, an end date, and time. This feature, don't get worried about the end date because just because it ends at 9 p.m., you can still see the event, you can still access it and edit it, and it just allows us to know that what day you want this event to take place. So students, administrators, teachers, they can all see the event after it has taken place. So I never really touch the begin and end date unless I have to edit which day it actually begins on. I'm not going to edit the location because I teach at Jay County High School. And I'm also not going to show the map because it will actually show a Google map of Jay County High School. If you click this event is attendable, this will send a notification to students when and if you start getting students on MyBigCampus in the next school year or two. And so when they log into MyBigCampus, they will be able to select a check mark. Yes, I can attend your event, which is your lesson or class, or no, I can't. And it will also, if you click this box, send an event reminder. So again, it's just another notification of what's happening in your classroom. Okay, so if you are not having students use MyBigCampus yet, you probably want to leave these boxes unchecked. Here's where you can actually start putting in your lesson plan in the description box. So click in the box, and if you want to follow the pattern or the layout of the example given to us at the faculty meeting by Mr. Ford a few months ago, you can do that. If you want to type in your standard that you are covering for the class period, I'm making one up off the top of my head. And your objective, your I can statement, whatever you are calling it in your department, it's the student-friendly version of the standard, what you want your students to know by the end of the block. I'm making that up as well. And then you have your procedure or your activity. So what are you going to do during that class period? Are you going to read? Are you going to do a math problem? Are you going to play football? What is it that you're going to do? Okay, so it can be as long and elaborate as it needs to be, or it can be just a short list of the activities that will take place during the block. Then you can put in your assessment. Are you going to have an oral discussion and that is their assessment, or participation? Is it going to be a test? Is it going to be a quiz? For me today, it's going to be an exit slip. And that's all I'm going to put in for day 1. If you notice down here you see these attachments, you probably don't know what some of these are, like Quick Link, Library, Your Stuff, and Bundle. These tabs will be discussed in later training sessions by myself or Matt Slavic or Katie Clark. It's not necessary to complete your lesson plan. If you don't click attachment, it's not the end of the world. So don't get hung up on that right now. And if you think you're done, always click Save. Okay, so now it takes you to kind of like review what you just created. You can kind of check over it. If you notice that, hey, I made a mistake, I wanted my objective to be different, I would need to go up here to the paper pencil tab and click Edit. And I can scroll down and I can edit those descriptions down here. If you notice that if we have a snow day or a fog delay and some things get mixed up in the schedule, that's where you can come into the begin and end date and move the lesson to another day or edit it completely out. You can delete it. On the next page, always click Update or Save after you've made your corrections. And it will take you back to the current day. So if you are working a few months ahead, you do have to click that fast forward button. But there it is. You can see it on my calendar. I can click on it. I can review it again. I can make a comment about this. But if we have a snow day and I have to drop this lesson because we just don't have time for it, I can always click Delete. But most of the time, you'll probably just want to edit it to begin on a different day or to add something in. So you go back to calendar. Again, it takes you back to the current day. And you can start filling in these boxes day by day. Please don't fill anything in here on the 23rd because we all know we'll be doing garage sales and tractor and engine show that day. So the rest of the days though, you just click on the days and you start creating events. And really, those are just your lessons that you're typing in. You do it over and over again. And it's very similar to, keeping a paper pencil calendar. Okay, so I think we've covered how to create a group and how to create your lesson plans in the calendar of your class. And the administrators have MyBigCampus access. They get on MyBigCampus and they can follow you. You can follow them and they can log in and see. They can click on your group, they can click on your calendar and see what's happening on MyBigCampus or what's happening in your classroom that you have planned out here. So it's a very transparent system. I hope this has been helpful. If you are having some questions or concerns or you're confused, please don't hesitate to either email me or come to my classroom 218 or call me and I will come and help you. Matt Slavic also can help you and so can Katie Clark in the IMC. So if you're having trouble, please let one of us know and we will try to get you set up with some better instructions if this was confusing. I thank you for listening and I hope to see you around campus.